Inspire, motivate, challenge.
So talking about, so maybe we naturally go into funding.
Yeah.
So let's say the person has built this idea, this MVP, things are moving. Now they want to expand or grow and they are looking for support from a funding perspective. I know you talked about starting small and starting with your own funds.
Yeah.
But let's say the person has gotten to this point whereby they have a provable product now and they want to expand. How would you advise people to go about with funding? Where are the sources of funding that people that have tech startups can reach out to?
Yeah, the funding, the question of funding should start from where are you going to? Right? What's the vision for this thing you're building? Right? How big do you want it to be? And how fast do you want to get there? Those are the two factors really that decides the kind of funding you want to go for. If what you're building is going to be big, right? But you are not, seeking a fast way to get into that, then for that you do not need venture capital, right? Venture capital, as we know it today at least, is meant for big, outcomes that will be achieved in a very fast way and in a scalable way, such that the cost of scalability is low. In other words, the cost to make it happen does not increase as you're making it happen, right? However, if what you want to build is quite big, and you can take your time, right, to get there, you do not need venture capital. The trade-off is that if you are going to go for venture capital, then you must also be ready to lose control. You cannot have control and money, and other people's money, right? By bringing in venture capital, what you're simply saying is that at some point you are ready to let go of the company. Because venture capitals make money by buying and selling companies, or buying and selling their shares or ownership of a company. So if you are making progress, again, we need to determine what that progress is. If that progress means that your revenue is growing, if that progress means that you have a clear pathway to becoming breaking even or even becoming profitable, then you do not need venture capital, especially if your growth rate is okay with you. But if you want to go very fast, very big, then in that case you will need venture capital, right? Then obviously there are different kind of venture capital depending on your industry or your segment. If you're in health, if you're in fintech, agri-tech, prop tech, whatever. While there are also some generalist VCs out there. In terms of how to reach them, you need to network wide, right? You need to read wide. And there are also different accelerator programs you can get into, like Techstars, Y Combinator, depending on where you are in your journey. And there are also good things. We're also having some local accelerators as well in Africa, right, that are coming up if you can't make the ones in Europe and in the US. But please think very, very deeply and very hard on if you even need a venture capital at all in the first place.